Are you one of those gals that loves those intricate dies, but you've gotten some, you've run them through your machine, and they got stuck, they didn't cut right, you got frustrated, you literally felt like you were going to throw it in your wastebasket? Today I'm going to share some of my top tips and techniques to ensuring that you have fun when you're using your intricate dies, that they cut beautifully, and you can do so many versatile designs. So join me, we'll learn these techniques together and have some fun along the way. The die we're going to be playing with today is a decorative medallion die. With this die, you get 4 pieces. 2 are incredibly intricate, and then the outer pieces are the ones that you use to create like the background. So we're actually going to start with the backgrounds to show you some versatility, and then we're going into kind of troubleshooting some things you may experience with very intricate dies. So with this one, this is just the background piece that we use to create like the flap for an opening. So this kind of shows you some extra bonus versatility. So I took this die, I already cut one scallop. I didn't want the entire piece to cut off, so what I did is I'm going to pull this off real quick so you can see this a little bit better. So you have this top piece, and you don't want to just lay this on, it'll cut out the whole thing. So you'll just bring this in from the back and just make sure that everything is positioned so that it looks straight. You can kind of eyeball it from the back, and the way I do that is I make sure that it's positioned evenly on this side. Where these 2 fingers are, press that down, and then we'll flip it right side up and see if it looks straight in here. You could measure it if you wanted to. Now we're going to run this through our machine. I'm using the Vagabond today. You can use whichever manual die cutting machine that you have or that you prefer to use. With my machine, it has extra long plates, so you can run through multiples at one time if you wanted to. So I just run it through till it's up to the area that I want to have cut. That makes it there's not an extra indentation on my paper. You could go a little bit further, but it's not necessary. So instantly you have just another variation of how you can use this die. So that is kind of our first step, and then you could go back, you could layer this decorative piece on top if you wanted to, or you could just keep it plain and do a more simple card. For the intricate die within the decorative medallion, I am using this piece. Now when you look at this piece, you'll see that yes, it is very intricate. Now I prefer to have a piece of wax paper between my die and the cardstock. Now the piece I'm cutting right now, I just cut a small piece of cardstock. We'll lay this on top. You don't have to lay it down a specific way. Now here's one of my first tips. When you run a die that is very intricate through your machine, run it through lengthwise. You don't want to run it through this direction. Your blades hit the intricate die all at one time, so it doesn't give as much pressure. So you'll want to go ahead and lay this lengthwise through your machine. I always like to keep the die more towards the edges because there's more pressure on the edges of your machine. If you have an 8.5 by 11 machine, that's super important. Now, with my plates are fairly new right now. This die will cut out with one pass and no shimming, but I'm going to add a shim on top so you can see what you need to do if your die does not cut out with the first pass, or say you're using a Cuttlebug. Cuttlebug is your weakest machine, and that does not, you definitely need extra shimming so it's thicker, so it runs it through and cuts that out. But you can just run it through. I'm just backing it back up so I can take it out on this side. But when you see it over here, it cuts like butter. Now, if you flip this over and you see it's not completely cut, and there would be one section here that wouldn't be cut yet. What I would do is cut a small piece of cardstock, lay it over the area that's your problem area, and then put another piece on top. That is my tip that I use. I know some of you crafters love to use shims, like metal shims and stuff. So if you have something that works for you, go with that. This is just kind of like that quick and easy technique if you're looking for something like that. To remove this from the die, just use, this is the Spellbinder's Tool-in-One. That kind of just starts to release that. You see how that just kind of pops it out, and that automatically releases. Isn't that easy? Oh my word, this is such a lifesaver. Then I put the right side down towards, this is the molding mat that comes from the deluxe flower shaping kit. We also sell it individually if you want to get some extra ones. Just like brush it over the top, and in no time you have all those little pieces gone. Isn't that super easy? Oh my word. So you can use this die individually. You can use it so that you pair it together. You can use it on the ends like this with that scallop doing the cut I just showed you. So those are some quick and easy die cutting tips. You'll see here I did the edges. So those are just some practical tips that will help you tremendously when you're using your dies. So with this half shape, you can make like a full doily. So you can also see the other arch as a side flap for openings as cards. Just use those same techniques to cut out with this dies, but the versatility on these is absolutely phenomenal. Like this is a window opening that we just added to a 6x6 card. It's kind of like a curtain on the top. Isn't that beautiful? For those of you that have our peacock, this could also look like the background of a peacock feather if you do those beautiful colors. Isn't that stunning? If you haven't seen that one yet, it's from the Peacock Paisley stamp and die set. That is a hot seller. Everybody just loves it. Another one that I really loved is if you do that scallop cutting technique that I showed you earlier, along with this half scallop, you can do like an envelope box. This has one card on the inside that you could do more dimensional because it has that thickness. That was using the small insert from Flipfold Inserts E. If you don't know anything about this, make sure you click on this product, Flipfold Insert E, and I have a video attached to that that will show you how to put that together. But we have that small envelope, we just cut it down so it's a smaller version, and it has a magnet that just closes for you. There's some more samples I thought I'd show you really quickly. You can use the more longer rectangle one to create a square. You can use it as the flap of a card opening, so just run your A2 size card, add some flowers. You could add it very decorative like this, or you could simplify it if you like something that's a little bit less dimension for like your cards that you're mailing. Here we just added that to the top of a card topper. So beautiful, beautiful ways. Here's the that half circle. It's kind of like half circle, half oval. I don't know what. It's kind of oval circle maybe. Here it's like a frame, like square card. Here it looks beautiful with that silver metallic paper. Oops, I'm holding that upside down. So have fun using those tips to cut yours out, and you'll be amazed how quickly you can use those decorative dies for so many different cards and projects you will create. Have fun using these techniques with your intricate dies. Just remember to practice multiple times until you feel comfortable in problem solving the issues that you're having with your specific dies. If you don't have the dies that I featured today, make sure to get them ordered. I've added the links below for quick and easy ordering, and I'd love to see what you create. You can share your projects with us on Facebook. And if you haven't done this yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on upcoming videos. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you next time.